nighttime with my hoodie up. Baby, I'm a night rider, I'm pulling up. Things look pretty on your side. Shit gets gritty on our side. Listen, let me run it down. Nigga, I'm the king of the underground. No, I ain't a star yet, but I'm coming down. But the girl so wet, cause it let us out. When the moon comes out, no, I'm coming through. Skirt, skirt to your crib, show them what it do. I ain't tryna be a new nigga, two niggas I know from the same block, tryna fuck with you. I'm just tryna lay it down on you, shorty. Now I'm starting to spin around, let her shorty out. Keep hitting that spot, and you're in a while. And I keep my lips locked, no one's running out. I'm a caught great goose when I come to you. Cut my last girl loose, I need something new. Came a long way from home, with a better view. I'm afraid to be alone for being true. Do you feel me?
Acoustic.
Cruise through the nighttime with my hoodie up. Baby, I'm a night rider, I'm pulling up. Things look pretty on your side. Shit gets gritty on our side. I'm so good to be on Rolling Stones. I'm so cold to be on Rolling Stones. I'm so cold to be on Rolling Stones. Russian cream words from the corner store. Fill it up and runs, pack and roll it over. My girl hates the fat, can't be sober, can't do shit until I'm high like flow. Tryna get rich, but it's a lonely road. There's a lot of rainy days and nights are cold. TG2 slept on, I know for sure. Art so good, should be on Rolling Stones. That ain't you know. Art so good, should be on Rolling Stones. I'm so cold, should be on Rolling Stones. I'm so cold, should be on Rolling Stones.
Acoustic. Acoustic.
Cruise through the nighttime with my hoodie up. Baby, I'm a night rider, I'm pulling up. Things look pretty on your side. Shit gets gritty on our side. Listen, let me run it down. Nigga, I'm the king of the underground. No, I ain't a star yet, but I'm coming down. But the girl so wet, cause it let us out. When the moon comes out, no, I'm coming through. Skirt, skirt to your crib, show them what it do. I Cruise through the nighttime with my hoodie up. Baby, I'm a night rider, I'm pulling up. Things look pretty on your side. Shit gets gritty on our side. Listen, let me run it down. Nigga, I'm the king of the underground. No, I ain't a star yet, but I'm coming down. Make the girl so wet, cause it let it sound. When the moon comes out, no, I'm coming through. Skirt, skirt, to your crib, show them what it do. I ain't tryna be a new nigga, two niggas I know from the same block, tryna fuck with you. I'm just tryna lay it down on your shorty, ayy. Bounce on to spin around, let her shorty out. Keep hitting that spot, how you run a while. And I keep my list locked, no one's running out. I'm a caught great goose, but I come to you. Cut my last girl loose, I need something new. Came a long way from home, need a better view. I'm afraid to be alone for being true. Do you feel me?
Acoustic.
Cruise through the nighttime with my hoodie up. Baby, I'm a night rider, I'm pulling up. Things look pretty on your side. Shit gets gritty on our side. I'm so good, should be on Rolling Stones. I'm so cold, should be on Rolling Stones. I'm so cold, should be on Rolling Stones. Russian cream words from the corner store. Fill it up and runs, pack and roll it over. My girl hates the fat, can't be sober, can't do shit until I'm high like flow. Tryna get rich, but it's a lonely road. There's a lot of rainy days and nights are cold. TG2 slept on, I know for sure. Art so good, should be on Rolling Stones. They didn't even know. Art so good, should be on Rolling Stones. I'm so cold, should be on Rolling Stones. I'm so cold, should be on Rolling Stones.
Acoustic. Acoustic.
Cruise through the nighttime with my hoodie up. Baby, I'm a night rider, I'm pulling up. Things look pretty on your side. Shit gets gritty on our side. Listen, let me run it down. Nigga, I'm the king of the underground. No, I ain't a star yet, but I'm coming down. Make the girl so wet, cause it let it sound. When the moon comes out, no, I'm coming through. Skirt, skirt, to your crib, show them what it do. I
Acoustic.
Cruise through the nighttime with my hoodie up. Baby, I'm a night rider, I'm pulling up. Things look pretty on your side. Shit gets gritty on my side.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Wednesday, man. Y'all smash the like button, sub up to the channel if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and I make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday. Of course, this was normally why we introducing Dunks, but I'm guessing he got a lot going on this week, but he got the link, so if he want to join, most definitely he more than welcome. I'm going to see all we got in the building, man, but y'all see the topic, man. We're talking Foot Locker apparently rejected the YEEZY Restock, which I had no idea this even happened, which we all said that Foot Sites were supposed to get these guys, and I think I did a live or I made a video on it or I posted it in the Sold Out Discord. Shameless plug, man. Sign up for that Sold Out Discord if you haven't done so already. The link is pinned up at the top of the chat. It is free to sign up, man. We talk sneakers, music, sports, a little bit of mixture of everything. We even got exercise sections, and we also most definitely have a food section as well. Of course, y'all know if I can't respond to y'all in the chat section of the videos too quickly, y'all know I'm pretty much responding because I'm monitoring that mug around the clock. Anytime we get like a shot drop, if I know about it, I'm posting it in there. If I know about upcoming releases, it's going up in there, and we just kind of work together as a community. So trying to bring back the true sneaker community. That's the point of the Sold Out Discord. But yeah, man, back to the main topic at hand. Apparently Nike cancels the Crenshaw Skate Club SB shirt at the very last minute, which I have a feeling that's probably what ticked off Crenshaw Skate Club to make them drop it early. Because remember, we kept hearing that number of like 2 p.m. EST I'm talking about, right? And apparently, right, they dropped it obviously a whole hour early. It was more like at 1 o'clock, so a whole hour and 30 minutes early. Caught everybody off guard. While yes, that was a true shock drop, but at the same time, bro, like it's one of those, I feel like, I don't know. I still feel some type of way about that drop in general. So I'm going to just leave it at that. I'm going to touch on it a little bit later in the live. I do want to find out, because I haven't had a chance to sit down and just read the article, exactly why Foot Locker declined like the Adidas Yeezys, man. So we got several articles up. Apparently this news kind of just broke yesterday. So I'm not too far behind on the curve. So I should be able to get everybody caught up here tonight, man. Y'all smash the like button, sub up. Let me see what we got in the building. We got Emery Black says, yo, what up, Emery? Got Kwame in the building, says what's good. We got number 9 in the building, says what's going on. What up, what up? Says coolin'. We got Frankie Bang Bang in here, says yo ho boys with the peace sign in the shade. Says he is enjoying his day off. All right, man, cool. Appreciate y'all for spending this little bit of time with the kid, man. Y'all know these lives. We kind of just started these up. Honestly, even though it's been over a year, I think I'm most likely pushing 2 years now at this point, man. So y'all definitely appreciate y'all for coming through, showing love, the ones that are consistent, man. So let's just dive right in. I think I want to touch on the Foot Locker situation first. I got several articles pulled up, but I think I got one up by Complex as well. So I'm going to do the original story. I'm glad this article got it. Let me share my screen here. Give me like 2 seconds. Boom. Should be seeing the screen here in a second. So pretty much here we go right here. It says the original story, which is one article I got up. It says Foot Locker declined Adidas Yeezy Restock inventory due to PR concerns. I guess that's like personal reasons, or maybe I'm thinking that's the wrong abbreviation. Y'all know the kid how he get before the live. Says sticking to its claim that it wasn't going to support Yeezy's incentives following its anti-Semitic remarks. So this is what this all boils down to. They're still holding the grudge, but I know a lot of foot sites have been getting these guys though, you know what I'm saying? But it's been selling out very quickly, so I don't know how much inventory they're getting, but I know it would have definitely helped, not only just for sale purposes, but just make it easier, give us more opportunity to try to cop the Yeezys for the people who really want them. There's still a lot of people out there like me where in the beginning, I remember it was hard as heck to cop Yeezys, and while it has gotten quote unquote easier, but it's still nowhere near on the level of I think I've only seen one Yeezy really sitting, and that's really kind of not the more so not popular ones. And when I say Yeezy, I'm thinking like the 350 V2 because they dropped a lot of those. I think the Sesames, they sold out, but they sold out very slowly. I remember them sitting at Foot Locker for a minute, and when one person came through and was surprised to see them, they bought them right up. So they was like, yeah, we only have like a few sizes left. Then, you know, we've also had rumors of Yeezy. I remember this one rumor, right, long time ago, where when Foot Locker then finally started getting Yeezys, one of the first rumors was basically like, if Foot Locker and them or the foot stores didn't sell all the Yeezy, they did not sell out within X amount of time, they had to ship them back to Adidas. Now, I've heard mixed comments on that. Most of the stores I asked, they said, no, that's not a thing. But they also were going off, it's going to sell out, so it's not really nothing they're worried about. But then I've seen some stores, and I guess it just depends on how the owner, whoever owns the store, because I think these are franchises spread out. Even though it's one big like chain store, but I think there's like one got his own eventual like local owner. But don't quote me on that if it's a franchise or not for sure. But I'm almost positive it is because it's got other little expansion there. But that person told me that, yeah, they do. So it's kind of like mixed reviews. I guess it just depends on the store and or location as well. I think location plays a big part of that. So the original story, according to this article from Hype Beast, I believe I am saying that correctly, man. Let me make sure we ain't got dunks coming in real quick. Let me just double check a few things. But yeah, pretty much, let's see. Original stories. Rumors are circulating that Foot Locker could be bringing back Adidas Yeezy starting as early as August 2023, which we already kind of figured out. Last October, the big box sportswear retailer claimed that it would cease all Yeezy sales after Ye partnership with Adidas was terminated due to his anti-Semitic remarks. Following the event, Footwear News reported that a company-wide email was sent out to Foot Locker employees stating, "Our company does not tolerate any form of anti-Semitism," hopefully I don't get banned for using this word, "or hateful and discriminatory behavior. While we remain a partner with Adidas and carry a wide assortment of their collections, we will not be supporting any future Yeezy product drops. And we have instructed our retail operators to pull any existing product from the shelves and digital sites. We could see a barrage of restocks going down throughout August. Some of the colorways that would potentially be dropped include the Adidas Yeezy Slide Bone, which I think that's already happened on the foot sites, but it has not happened on Confirmed app yet. For the people that's really been like, hit me up. I think we do got the gray colorway that's in there. I can't think of the name, but I definitely entered that raffle. And then we got another foam runner in there. Like I said, every time they do a Yeezy slide, as long as it's $70, I'm gonna go for it. Worst case scenario, I don't hit and I'm good with what I got. But the Yeezy slides, man, I want to have a full stock of those to keep it 100. The Yeezy slides, especially with rumors is Adidas has already doubled down and said they're not gonna do any more Yeezy branding stuff anymore. So this is literally looking like the last hurrah for the people who really want them. Just FYI. So I got the Azure colorway, and then the ones that's on there today, I can actually look and can check the Confirm app real quick. Let's see. So let me double check what the colorway is actually on the Confirm app. Y'all give me like 2 seconds while I'm looking down off the camera. I entered for that joint. Like I said, as long as they're $70, they should be good. So I'm participating in the Slate Marine colorway. So I'm definitely going to do that. And then they got the foam runners up, the Stone Salt. So I'm more of a Yeezy slide person than I am a foam runner person. If they do know another batch of foams, I may just get another pair just for the heck of it. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see, and I do want to read up on this update real quick, and then we're going to go to Complex's story. So like I said, it's several different stories reporting this, not just Complex, because I know Complex really don't be pushing for us to really just kind of report stuff that's already out there. Let's see, we got the Slayer in the building, says, "What up, sneaker familia?" That's family in Spanish to the best of my knowledge. Let's see, John B says, "The comfort boosts are selling on Foot Locker, but in the words of Jeremy Jones, skip." Oh, the boots. The boost or the boots? You probably saying the boots. I think it's the boots. Oh, you talking about like the comfort boost. Oh, but they ain't a Yeezy. I don't think they're Yeezys though. But I mean, yeah, they definitely got Adidas stuff, but Kwame says, "I'm trying to hold some slides for the future too. I entered the pair up today too." Like I put it this way, I will say also low key, very decent investment too. If like trade bait in, or if you're just trying to make some money in the long run. I'm gonna predict this, and I probably shouldn't say this. Like if I win another pair of Yeezy slides and I win more, if I have multiples, I'm literally probably just gonna keep them boxed up. And if my if my Ezra pair don't really jack up too bad over time, I'm gonna just flip them joints. Cause think about it, even if you, cause they're vary by the price vary by sizes. So think about this. If you, and I'm no in way, form, shape of like a reseller, but I'm a little bit of, this is an easy no brainer to me. While I'm not very big on reselling, but it comes with the game. And I've told y'all from day one, it's not about, I hate how reselling has become like a major business low key when I don't think they really doing as great as their advertising. Some are, but I think a lot of them are feeling that sting. I know personally in the local area, I've seen at least 2 different shops had to switch different locations, and they make it seem like more of an upgrade than anything else. But we know low key that may not be an upgrade. But and I'm gonna just leave it there. I don't want to pick on nobody in particular, but I say all that to say, Yeezy slides will always be a great investment, especially while it's in the peak of summertime. And y'all know me, man. 9 times you know how hard it is whenever I do like a weekly sneaker rotation and I don't include slides. So just imagine, I usually had them joints on 24/7. So, and I'm not gonna throw my, I guess, beat up pair away because they're so broken in and comfortable. Like it's just around the house. It's not a big deal. But I say all that to say before I went on that tangent, man, is think about it. You spend $70 plus the shipping. You out of like $80 tops. But if you can sell it for like 140, which is a lot for a slide, but people are willing to sell that, you making profit. Not a lot of money, right? Not a lot of money, but still, who can use an extra 50, $60? I ain't saying you gotta tax people out the wazoo, but especially if you're gonna say, if the average slide is going for like 170, if you flip yours for like 160, they'll buy it because somebody's always looking like they got a deal. Either way, you coming up. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you double the joint, that's like what? You know, dang near 140. So I mean, you good either way. That's a win-win either way. If you flip it, I'm almost positive. Yeah, that's 140 easily. You know what I mean? You could sell it for 140, and you know that's, you just made your money back and made an extra $70. You can do that. That's how reselling actually originally used to work. Is people would buy extra pairs and just sell them for, at best they would sell them for double the price. So yeah, you paying 300 or 300 and some change or 325, still under $400. People were paying $300 for shoes back then. So you say you get a shoe back then where it was like 150, 160, you sell it for 350. You basically, especially if you just got your pair for free. Like you sold that shoe, got your money back for that, and you just got another pair that made your pair free. That used to be like an inside thing. A lot of like, I guess you say back in the day, sneakerheads actually used to do. Let's see, PD Brasco, and it says, how do you think the value of the Travis Scott cut the check shoe would look compared to his other collab shoes? They're gonna sell because of his name, but I don't think the resale value on these, unless we get something completely different from what we've been seeing on his feet and what's been out there, like floating images. In my opinion, PD Brasco, or Brasco, hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. If I'm butchering it, my bad. Hopefully, right? I mean, I don't know what they're gonna go for, but we can safe to assume worst case scenario they're gonna be 160. They could be more, they could be less, but say they're like 160 for retail. I'm not sure what they're gonna go for retail. I'm just making my best educated guess. Also, this whole entire live is all alleged and opinionated based, just in case the feds are watching. But I say all that to say, homie, in my opinion, yeah, you may make an extra 20-40 spot, but I don't think it's worth I don't think this is gonna be the hype Travis sneaker. Now, I could be wrong because this is also his first like one he did that's not like an actual collab. Like it's through Nike, but it's supposed to be his own shoe. So right now, the way the mumbling and grumbling is going across the sneaker community, these ain't it. But who's to say this is the actual shoe? We see cut the check with no images. Just because the shoes we see on his feet don't always mean that's the ones we about to get. I mean, he was wearing those baggy pants for the longest hiding the shoe. So I'm very curious what it is now. But, I mean, it's sad he was willing to walk around like that. I mean, he could have easily just wore... I mean, you might as well wear the shoes early to let they advertise. That's free advertisement. I mean, Ye used to do that all the time. We're like, yo, when are those coming out? Because we know those are Yeezy. So, to answer your question, though, compared to his other shoes, I don't think it's going to do as well as the collabs. The shoe by itself, I don't think it's going to do great. I mean, I kind of went on a tangent and kind of went off mode a little bit. But this one's not a collab. It's just like through Nike and it's his shoe. I don't see these doing what like the Travis Scott Jordan 6 collab does, or the, you know, and those actually, you do a little bit of footwork and research, you can get those probably at like 500-600 still. But yeah, I don't see those even getting up to that, to be honest. I don't see, yeah, if we got to compare it to a Travis Scott Jordan 1 collab, no, not gonna top that. Not even the Phantom joints, the Phantom Blacks or whatever they're called. Yeah, the one Dunks got, but I don't even see those popping off like that, to be honest. But I mean, that's just me. And who am I? Like I said, I'm not a reseller. I know just enough to be dangerous. Have I sold some shoes back in the day? Sure. And y'all know how I sell my shoes. I pretty much just sell them like after I realize like they're just sitting there. I'm not wearing them. Sure, I sold quite a few of them, but I'm not gonna say this is an end all be all for me for like, man, if I just do sell sneakers and do YouTube. There are some people that do that. They get the shoes, do the review, get it out early as heck, and then put the shoe on the market. And then, to be honest, even if they say like the people, and not dissing anybody in particular, but we could say the people who do the quote unquote I'm gonna just say early videos, right? If they're like 2-3 weeks ahead of time, get the shoe, they're up 3 weeks early. Even if the video sucks in the beginning, as you get closer to the release date, that video is going to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. You'll make your money back from that, and you get your money back if you don't want to keep the shoe. I thought about taking that route sometimes, but it's just like, it just seems like a little bit much for me. You know what I mean? But maybe, I'm not going to say too much. I may do it. I might try it just to see how it goes. PD Brasco says, yeah, good answer, honestly. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, one, to keep it 100, is just a little too soon to tell what the Travises are actually going to do, bro. Just to keep it 100. But anything's possible. But we're going to go back to this Hypebeast article real quick. It says, update. Last month, rumors surrounding Foot Locker stocking upcoming Adidas Yeezy releases got the ball rolling for the Three Stripes August restocks. However, after its first wave of drops, Foot Locker had notably not released any Yeezy products. Now, according to the report from Complex Insiders, okay, and we're going to jump on Complex article just next because this is what they're referencing, have noted that Foot Locker did indeed plan to sell Yeezy restock inventory. However, it ultimately decided against it due to potential backlash. So, cool. We're going to head on over to Complex real quick. I know we got this one up. I'll read this article last because this one just dropped literally today, but I think they're all probably pulling from Complex. Salutes to Brandon Dunn. This is a guy from, I think, Full Size Run, and I know they got like an actual podcast actually on the Complex joint, so they do that every Friday with him, Joe LaPuma, and Matt Walty. I'm mad I just spit these guys' names back like verbatim. We got J-Rod in the building. What up, J-Rod? Salutes, homie. What up? What up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out of this joint, man. Really means a lot. Really goes a long way. Really helps the channel out. So it says, Foot Locker rejected Yeezy restock allocation, fearing backlash. Now, this was written by Brandon Dunn, right? Okay. Let's see. We got Murphy Dubs in the building. What up, gangy? What up? What up? What up? What up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out, man, for sure. So, yeah. Sources tell Complex. So, Complex broke this, but they're not saying which sources. That Foot Locker declined to carry the Yeezys for the last week's launches. So look like Foot Locker is doubling down is what I'm getting from this. J-Rod says most Yeezys sitting except for slides and foams. I think they're selling out slowly but surely, but I think they're not selling out on the massive level of what we're used to seeing. And to be 100, man, in my opinion, when it comes to most of these Yeezys, and I know Dunks would probably agree with this one, because he said he just don't see what we see in Yeezys. And I'm gonna be honest, not all those Yeezys are created equally, in my opinion, man. Look like we just got a new subscriber in the building. Says Nathan Timothy, just subscribe. Appreciate that, man. Y'all smash the like button. Of course, sign up for that sold out Discord too, man. It's pinned up in the chat. It's free to sign up as well, man. We active over there. I know J-Rod for a fact is active. I know Kwame's over there is active as well, man. And probably a lot of us that's in here will be active too, man. But Dunks said he don't see what we really see in Yeezys. And to be honest, I can see why he thinks that. I don't think Dunks has had a pair. Now, I think he said maybe like some slides, but he not pressing it like some people is. But you also got to think there is that big group of people, and I'm not just talking specifically to you, J-Rod, I'm just talking in general. There's still a lot of people out there that's still waiting to try to grab their first ever Yeezy, believe it or not. Like I said in the beginning of the live, it's one of those shoes where it used to not be so easily obtainable. And when Foot Locker, they finally started pushing them through the foot stores like Foot Locker and them, it made it a little bit easier. I think that's when I got my first pair, when I hit on Foot Locker, man. So just got to take that with a grain of salt. Let's see. Murphy Dub says, trying to catch my first pair of foam runners or slides tomorrow. This waiting on the raffle is mad annoying. Yeah, true, but I don't see why they set it 2 hours early, but I guess they're trying to give people plenty of time. To me, if it's not one of those raffles that's only like a couple hours, because think about it, sometimes the one drop they did where the raffle was just a couple hours and then closed down, they started picking winners, and then it was over. I think they did that on one of the slides or foam. Don't quote me on which shoe it was, but they do that on certain shoes. But I feel like this, if they got the raffle open for this like 2 days early, means it should be a lot of stock. But that don't mean a lot of people ain't going for them, because the longer you keep it open, the more time people get to enter as well. So I can see, yeah. I mean, I ain't really mad at it. I don't enter it. I'm going to just sit back. One thing I will say about this, Adidas, a good thing about them is you don't have to, it ain't the sneakers app where it's like, while the sneaker app is faster, but the drop, I will say, for Adidas seemed slightly smoother, even though it is harder. It's still harder to hit on Confirmed app than it is sneakers, but you got it. It all just depends on the drop too, to be fair. J-Rod says, I think the 350s are dead now. Majority, but not all. But I will tell you, I can agree somewhat with your statement. I know you feel like J-Rod probably at some point, you probably think I just go against you sometimes just because, but it ain't. I mean, what I like about you, J-Rod, you bring up interesting facts, or you bring up interesting information. I like a good, I don't disagree. I like a great debate sometimes. Me and Dunks do this often, so really I don't mind it. I actually just gets my mind and thinking it. Sometimes I wake up the next day and be like, you know what? I see what he was saying though. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to sleep on it or whatever. But back to the Yeezys are dead situation, right? They're not on the level they once was, right? But there's still a strong fan base out there. And I'm not going to say anybody's name, but I'm assuming, right? And I'm no genius. I'm assuming y'all watch a lot of sneaker YouTube just as well as I do. I know y'all watch me and support me, and I appreciate that. But I know y'all watch probably a mass majority of everybody. You may have some people you don't like or you do like, your favorites or whatever. I say all that to say, so do I. And I say all that to say, Yeezys had their fan base for real, because if you keep it 100, there's still a channel out there that low-key, the only reason it switched up is because Kanye kind of messed up that bag. And they still doing great numbers. I'm not going to put the dude's name out there or animation like that. But there is, what I'm saying, there is a channel solely that was dedicated to Yeezys. You know, all they did was Yeezy content. They didn't talk about anything else. And then they had, once the Yeezy stuff kind of, I know they're happy to have this stuff back on and keep them active, but I think also I will say this: they're not going as hard for Yeezy as they once was. They made sure they're slowly transitioning to be more versatile, and I'm still checking out the channel as well. I mean, because they still cover the Yeezy stuff, so salute to them. I know that for a fact a lot of people give me a comparison to him sometime, or some people let me know that, you know, I feel like low key we both watch each other. And to be honest, I think low key, whether we like it or not, we all kind of watch each other a little bit, man, because we all love sneakers at the end of the day. We just probably have different ways of expressing it, is how I look at it. Let's see. Murphy Dub says, Walty and Dunn hate Yeezys. I love 350s. I'm new to the sneaker game, and Zebras was honestly kind of the pair that got me to rely, appreciate kicks into my outfits. Okay. The Zebras definitely broke the game. But what I say what killed it is and this is the hype beast side of things too. Welcome to the sneaker community, by the way, man. I'm not sure how long you've been in, but y'all know I've been in this joint since high school. If Dunks was here, he could vouch for it. Hence why I have shoes from that was made from 2005 that literally just fell apart on me that I need to fix low key, but I'm gonna fix it. But say all that to say, man, it don't matter when you join. Oh, it's always something that could bring people in, and it's very interesting to hear how you come into the game as well. The Zebras, you know, that shoe that got you in there. And to be honest, I was one of those people. I really loved the Zebras, especially whenever I couldn't obtain it. But then when they dropped the joint again, like I did buy a pair for resale at one point, because it was yellowing, and then how good Yeezys was doing back then. Once I hit for a retail pair, I got a fresh retail pair, and then I sold that older pair for a reasonable price. I still made profit on it, so I was still able to break even and basically get like my first Zebra almost free. I mean, I'm pretty sure once I got, you know, if anything, if I didn't get it free, I broke even, which is basically the same thing. But the Zebras, I will say this, it's a shoe I feel like it looks good from a distance, but when I wear the joint, I feel like I'm never wearing the right fit with it. No matter how you slice it and dice it. And I'm not dissing the shoe. I think it's me and just how I dress, but I just can't get the fit right with it the way I want to. The way I feel like how cool it looks on everybody else versus me. But it could just be my own insecurities, man. And not that I'm insecure about it, but it's just like, could just be me tripping of the view that I'm seeing. You know what I mean? Because I thought I would wear that shoe every day, man, but I really have not been. I need to wear more. Now, I will debunk the one thing that everybody used to sell on Yeezys. They used to sell the comfort level. While they are comfortable and the Boost is a new technology, I remember a time where people were saying like the Boost was the next like game changer, and then it actually used to be videos where people were like, what's better, Boost or Air, Boost or Air, Boost or Air, which Air would mean Nike, because you know Nike's known for Nike Air, this, that, and the third. Like the shoe has literally air bubbles in it, this, that, and the third. And they're trying to argue like which one's a more comfortable one. And to be honest, to me, but the vast majority of them, they both feel exactly the same as far as technology wise to me. My feet, I'm flat footed, so I can tell the difference instantly in the shoe. So I really wasn't impressed when I first put my first foot in the Yeezys. And I did the right thing and went a half size up. So it wasn't even tight on me. It just was not like, I just feel like the comfort level was over exaggerated in my opinion. Teenage Mutant in the building says, hope y'all doing well. Praying hands, what up, Teenage Mutant, man? As y'all come in and out, smash the like button, goes a long way for sure. Let's see. Murphy Dub says, I hope that does mean plenty of stock. I mean, yeah, I feel like it's gonna be more than what normally is. Seems like every time they do another drop is usually more. So I'm just, like I said, I want to just secure some slides, even if it's I'm gonna flip them later down the road. I don't know, but I'm saying I just want to have them in hand for sure. J Rod says, I shouldn't say 350's dead, but they made way too many lame colorways. You know what, J Rod? I can back you on that one, man. Pause. But I can support you on that. They did go a little overboard with the 350 color palette. And let me clarify this too, man. They could have left it at a certain amount of colorways, but it seems like, and this where it should have been in our head right then and there. This should have been the first sign that we saw that there was issues with Ye and Adidas behind the scenes that hadn't been brought to the public yet. Because you notice they hit us with, like, when he first came out, we got like the 700 joints or the 750s, whatever that boot is. I think it's 700s. I think it's 750. It's the boot. or whatever. I think it's 750. Don't quote me on that. I'm almost positive it's 750. Y'all feel free to correct me right now. But it was the gray white boot joint. Then they hit us with that V1 joint. Those took off because they remind you of like a Roshi low key. And then the V2 came, and I'm just giving you the history of like the how the shoes were just going off. Then they hit us with a couple more 750 joints, like the boot joints, the brown, which this is my thing low key I was hoping for, which I guess they stopped the production on these. Remember last year when we were saying it was supposed to be rumored that the 750 boot, they were going to bring back the original one? I've been waiting for that shoe for a long time, bro. Like, I really, really wanted those, especially for winter time here where there's no snow on the ground, but it's cold and it's time to put on the boots. Now, normally I grab my polo boots, but y'all know how to kill. You know, it's nice to have some other options. But I say all that to say before I went on that tangent is those were the main models back then. It was just 750s. Then we got the 350 V1s. Then we got the V2s. And then they did other little models in between there. They took off, but nowhere near on the level of those models. And then it seemed like they got stuck. And this is where I feel like problems came into play. And I don't know. This is all alleged. This is just my opinion, too. I feel like this is where problems may have came into play, where we noticed that look how many colorways it is for the 350 V2. It seemed like they got stuck on that V2, and then they were like, well, he's not going to give us any other more models, this, that, and the third. We'll just keep changing the color palette on these as much as we can. And then it seems like, okay, cool. That's when it seems like, all right, cool. Either Ye just not working on shoe production right now, like any new designs, because it got to the point where people like, yo, I want to see something different. Like, you look at all the models, and to be fair, Jordan Brand been around way longer than Yeezy, but Yeezy still made his impact. That's why I want to still give his credit where credit is due. He still made his impact, but it just wasn't enough. Like, you get tired of those models. It was time to bring something new to the table, but they never really brought anything new to the table, and maybe it was just some things that Ye just didn't agree on. I don't know, but I say the 350 V2 did get a little exhausting, right? Okay, they should have been brought them V1s back a long time ago. I'm glad they finally did, so I can get the main two I wanted. There are some other ones I would like to have, but I don't think I'm going to pay resale for them. But I'm glad I got the Pirate Blacks because I definitely wanted that in the arsenal. And I'm definitely glad I got those. I got the other joints too. So, like, I was pretty much happy with that, you know. I definitely think they should I think they should do all the colorways, a good restock on it, because it wasn't that easy to obtain back then. You know what I mean? So, definitely glad I was able to grab the two I was able to grab. Let me hit the chat real quick. Let's see. The Slayer says, at J-Rod, I feel you on that. Teenage Mutant says, Jay, the sneaker guy. What up? Let's see. Looks like we got a $9.99 donation from Big Money Sonny. Appreciate that, man. Really goes a long way, man. Y'all smash the like button. I'm going to read it in a minute. I know the live going to be slightly behind, but I know it's going to come up on the screen. So,
what's cracking, homie? F the Yeezys, smiley face, salutes brother just stopping by. Stay blessed, homie.
Appreciate that. Smash that like button too, man, before you get up out of this joint. I'm going to read it in just a second, but it says, Big Money Sonny says, what's cracking, homie? F them Yeezys. Salute, brother. Just stopping by. Stay blessed, homie. Appreciate that. Appreciate Big Money Sonny for coming through, showing love, and hitting that donation, man. Really goes a long way. All I do is take it and put it right back into the channel, man. Been slowly thinking about bringing in like a little membership, but if I do, I ain't even think it's crossing my mind, but I ain't even worried about it till like maybe next year, right? If that, but we're going to just keep building on what we building on, man. I'm just here to bring the community closer together. And, you know, I'm not really chasing the bag or anything like that, especially off my fellow sneakerheads, man. I just want to all see us get the sneakers we really want if we going to keep it 100. But appreciate that, Big Money Sonny. Let's see. Kwame says, I'm not feeling the 350s as much these days. I haven't entered any 350 raffles, just going for slides. Okay, cool. Respect that. I'm very selective on those. I think, honestly, all the 350 V2s that I have, that's all the ones I wanted. And those 350 V1s, those are just the ones I wanted, for real. I think I would like to get the Oxford Tan colorway, and I'm talking the V1 Yeezys. I would like to get those. I think there's only like 2 other colorways out there. You know, don't quote me. It's either 4 colorways or 5 colorways of that V1. And I can't even think of the other ones that I actually hit up on. So, but I'm glad I was able to get those. I know those are more like that gray pair. Definitely just went mind blank on those. But yeah, I'm with you, Kwame. I haven't been really seeing any ones that really made me stick out. Apparently they're gonna do the red stripe, but I went on and paid resale for those because, especially whenever I saw how Yeezy and stuff was going downhill when everything was popping off, I said, let me just go and grab those. So I wanted to add those to the collection for sure. Teenage Mutant says, any way to prevent midsole crumbling? To be honest, not really. The best thing, especially if it's an old shoe, only thing you can do, you can get somebody, if you know anybody that know how to do this, get the sole swapped out, or the simple, if it's already happening, yeah, you're gonna have to get it just repaired. But if it's not happening and it's an old shoe and you know that that's where it's headed down the road, and I'll say I had some Jordan 3 black cements, not the pair that I have, not the 2018 pair, but the pair before them. Those were ready to crumble on me. I could see it start to peeling. So short answer is either get it repaired, but the best thing you can do if it hasn't happened yet, Teenage Mutant, is honestly you need to put the shoe in it sounds weird, but you need to put the shoe in rotation more, because the average lifespan of a shoe is 7 to 10 years anyway. Just fun facts by Jay right now. 7 years, this is like not wearing, right? So you can get longer life in it, but you have to wear it and get that glue moving. Like that type of glue that they're using, if it gets too, like, if it's just sitting there, it apparently hardens up, and then that just makes it where when you do step on it, it's not as adhesive anymore, which can be repaired. But yeah, sometimes if it's just too old, it's too old, man. To be honest, I wouldn't chase a shoe that's 10 years old, you know, unless you're just doing it for like collection purposes and you're not going to wear it anyway. So that's just my 2 cents. I often had looked into the, say like the Yeezy Nike 2s. I looked into them a whole bunch, right? And I actually seen where I think the price actually dropped down on those where I could probably obtain them. Now, the downside is I'm scared to get it because if I actually wear it, even with the price dropping down, it's still up there, right? Think about it. Let's say if the shoe drops down, and I don't know the number right off, but I think it's like 2,500, 2,800, somewhere around there. Say if I drop that bag on it and then wear it one time and then it falls apart, I'm gonna feel, you know, like you can't get mad at the seller. You know what I mean? It's just a shoe that it's just you're gonna have to get it repaired. So, Mr. Dude in the building says, hot take, Yeezys are really just new pairs of invaders. Says stirs the pot. Okay. I can see why you may say that, you know. Definitely a good debatable topic. Big Money Sonny says, what's cracking, Jonesy? What's cracking, Sold Out Family? What up, Big Money? Kwame says, yo, Big Money. J-Rod says, Jordan 1s are pretty good, even being a little older. Yeah, I haven't had a Jordan 1 to really have any issues with, but those soles seem a little bit thicker. The 3s, you're going to have some problems out of. 12s, I haven't had any problems out of just yet, and I should be knocking on wood as I do this. I've had it with some Dunks, but I mean, Dunks quality really don't be there to begin with sometimes, man. So, but that's really the only shoe that really fell apart. And the 5s, they're trying to fall apart, but they're finally restocking that shoe this month. So I'm gonna just get a fresh pair. That's the those burgundy 5s. J-Rod said, read that one. The Slayer says, crazy to think Yeezys came and left. To keep it 100, I'm not totally surprised, if that makes sense. And let me clarify this, because Ye can't just, how should I word this correctly? Ye doesn't know how to just chill and just go up for the love and just read. This is my thing. Okay, cool. I'm going to say it like this. To the best of my knowledge, in my opinion, Ye knows how to get the deal. Ye's know how to sell himself. But once he gets in there, he doesn't know, like, once he's brought all that success to the company, he's ready to come over and try to own more or own the company or want to be in the CEO spot. And it's like, well, you got to wait your time and put the game in for that. You know what I mean? Obviously, he was making the deal he had with Adidas, while they probably was making majority of the money, but that still put him in billionaire status. So he was still making great money off Adidas. But he don't know how to, I feel like, come back and like, hey man, like say like, okay, the deal was supposed to end in 2025 anyway, right? They know that we're gonna obviously sit down and say like, hey, what we gonna do to restructure this, do XYZ, or try to extend it or give him a new contract. So cool, time to get a new contract. He don't have to stay there, but at the same time, this is where, in my opinion, you sit down a good 2 years ahead of time, which this will be the time. Sit down, put your thoughts out of them, realize what you really brought to this company, go to them, and negotiate for a bigger bag. They would have gave it to you, but it's all about how you deliver and present yourself. Now, this is my thing. Even if, like, say he go there and negotiate and did everything the quote-unquote traditional and right way, they're still going to counteroffer and still negotiate and still, that's how the deal, that's why it's called a deal. Everything's negotiable. So at that point, see what they hit you back with. Then you go through there and like, okay, cool. What's the really, really most important part to me? And then go from there. And then you push for that and fight for that. And then worst case scenario, if the contract's up, then you just leave. Then they still got the Yeezy name and whatever, this, that, and the third. But you leave it in a good way where you can go to another company. Now, where can he go after that? Tough call, because I think Reeboks is an expansion under Adidas. Then you got Nike, who owns some stuff. He could have easily probably renegotiated his Nike deal. Like, man, look how well I did this for Adidas, this, that, and the third. I was calm, chill, didn't cause any major issues. And Nike would have gambled and took the risk, especially giving the situation that's going on now that Virgil's gone. RIP to Virgil. Then you got to also think about the Travis joints. They hitting, but that's all they got. Everything else they bring to the table, while it may sell out, but it's not hitting on the level of, say, like, to be honest, like Travis's once was. Travis is like their bread and butter. Think about this. Drake still has a deal with Nike, and while we do slightly talk about it, but Drake sneakers, even though they're with Nike, are not even in like sneaker discussion much anymore. You know what I mean? If we're going to keep it 100, nobody talks about a Drake sneaker. And we got, Drake's did a 12, an 8. You know what I mean? I can go down there. He did a 10. You know what I mean? This is just off the top of the dome. And, of course, he brought the Nautica joint or whatever, this, that, and the third. While those shoes may sell out, they don't make that much. They probably not making that crazy stock on it anyway. And that shoe, probably look up almost any Drake shoe, is not selling like that. But they did a black Drake 12. They did a white version. They did a 10 version that's white and black. And they did an 8 version that's white and black. So, I mean, yeah. And I know there was those rumors where it was an 11, but that was a friends and family pair. And rumors is Jordan himself, they don't give collabs in 11s mainly because that's his favorite shoe allegedly. You know, and I don't know. But I say all to say, like, Drake's not even really in the sneaker talk anymore. As big an artist Drake is, right? He outsells majority of the hip hop artists. If not, he's on there. Like, what do they say? You getting the Drake stimulus package, just adding the third. You know what I'm saying? So, as big an artist as he is, while Travis is just as big, pause, and I'm talking music wise, when it comes to the sneaker thing, Travis wins hands down. You know, maybe it's just the style, what he brings to it. More creativity is what I think Travis brings to the table. So that's the difference, I think, that really gets those shoes really talking. Even his Air Force Ones, they still sold out. That was on his website. That was probably a slower selling Travis sneaker, because reality is, you and I both could, if we were bored, we could have made that custom sneaker just to keep it 100. Not to hate on the people who did cop, because I think Dunks copped a pair because he was really excited about it. So salute to Dunks for getting that W. Let me see what's going on in the chat real quick. Let's see. J Rod says, let's see. The Slayer says, read that one. Red to Play in the building says, hello, hello. Says, I admit I missed the first wave for Yeezys. Glad to get a few second time around, but seems like an era we should just let pass. Yeah. I guess the real question, though, to keep it 100, will Ye be back in the future, man, with another sneaker, with another company, if there's any ones really to choose from? That's something that is going to take a minute to get used to, because at that point, Jordan Brand and Nike them is really not about to have any competition at all. Adidas is doubling down, saying they're not trying to renegotiate anything. And Ye is literally out here low key walking around barefooted. I'm not picking on Ye, but he's literally walking around barefooted. I mean, like, literally, you see in pictures with him and his boo, he had no socks on. He's getting to the point where he ain't even doing socks. He's just going barefooted. Like, the man, either he's really trying to show, I feel like he's really making a statement low key, whether he realizes it or not. He's literally walking around in socks or barefooted, period. Just curious what his next move is gonna be, man, because it's hard to see him just. It's really hard to envision him stepping away from sneakers, since he put so much passion into it. I know he's technically quote unquote new, but I mean he's not really new, man. I mean he's always been. He said, and it's one of his songs off the Third Avenue, I always had a passion for fashion. I close my eyes and I can imagine. I was a big Kanye West fan back in the day off the first 3 hours, man. So I'm very curious what happens next, and I think we're all very curious because let's keep it 100. The sneaker culture / hype. I'll say this: the sneaker culture is probably right where it should be, but the hype beasts, they're not here anymore. And it's a gift and a curse to have them here, because we was getting hype back then, but we didn't really have the level of hype that's went over the years. The hype is not where it once was, and I'm just talking sneaker talk in general at this point, yo. So we don't have that next big thing that's real. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm very curious. And Jordan Brand with Off-White, RP to Virgil, that's at like a standstill. Travis's we're getting used to, It's looking cold out here a little bit, and we headed right into wintertime, man. Not to mention with the cost of living going up with inflation, a lot of that all goes down into just seeing where the market goes, So all those people who are quote unquote great resellers and great businessmen, I'm not watching them, but I won't be surprised to see what their next move is either. You know what I'm saying? Because low key, people been tired of paying that extra crazy resale price for real. And the shoes aren't like the resale prices on the shoes now what they once used to be. Red the Play says, will hurt Adidas bottom line, but bridge is completely burned at this point. Yeah. But I've also been told, you may be right, and I'm not disagreeing with you, but I was always taught and raised that at the end of the day, though, money talks. Money talks, money talks, money talks. Ye wants it's some type of deal Ye wants that's probably they feel is deemed unreasonable, and it's probably why he snapped like that in the first place and did all that, talking all that trash, that really he just didn't go about the deal the right way. But at the end of the day, if they did reconcile things, it will be a game changer. It's too risky though, so it probably is burned for real. But I just won't, like I said, I won't be surprised if they try to pull a Hail Mary in the last fourth quarter, because that's where we're pretty much up right now. We're getting, I think after this month, I think it's gonna be a done deal. Don't quote me though, because I think it was just this month. They did the ones back in May, late May. Maybe a done deal for real. So we'll have to see where that comes. Homie says, whose sneakers are better, Billy? What is it, Eilish or Drake? Hopefully I'm reading that correctly, because I always butcher her last name. I know it's not Irish, so it's Eilish. I think Eilish. So that I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Drake, Kwame. Even though I don't own a pair of Drakes, at one point I used to be somewhat interested in a sneaker. But yeah, I could do without per se. But if I had to pick between the two, I'm gonna go with the Drakes. The Slayer says, my 3-year-old nephew can design a sneaker better than Drake. That's the problem with Drake, man. No disrespect to Drake. This is my thing. As much creativity, and it don't feel like he does this as much anymore, but keep in mind, Drake's been on a 10-year plus run, right? He's been on a 10-year plus run in the music game. So I say all that to say is, yeah, we got used to him. But when he first came out, you could tell he put the passion, he put the creativity, he was on the beat, he did everything. That's when you knew you got to come out swinging. When you get a shoe with Nike and on the level of Kanye of where he already did, we're expecting, and then what Travis already did, and I think Drake's came first. but don't quote me on that. We're expecting you to knock it out the park. You know what I mean? Like, you got to put some type of, other than, this is my thing, that OVO owl logo ain't finna cut it for us sneakerheads. It did temporarily, but it ain't longevity. That's the difference. It ain't longevity. You know what I mean? So those joints, like that owl, we need more than just the owl logo, bro. And I've been saying this for like years. We need more than just the owl logo. It's gonna take more than just the owl logo, for real, for real. But to answer your question, Kwame, yeah, Drake all day long. Slayer, yeah. He said your 3-year-old nephew can design a better shoe. Hey, you wildin' though. Teenage Mutant says, you ever think they'll re-release the Black Cat 13s? Most definitely, but not for quite some time. I think last time we seen those joints was back in 2016, 2017. Don't quote me. But yeah, I could see them redoing that. Probably for like what? If it was back in 16 or 17, probably in the next 4 years or so, I wouldn't be surprised to see those coming back. What they need to do is put those Black Cat 4s back out on the market, re-release those. I guarantee you, and myself included, I'm gonna get my pair because those joints really shocked a lot of people. And it's not like they didn't hit. It's just that I wasn't tripping. We had other things, other priorities. I just didn't get it. Man with the Kicks in the building. Manny, what up? Yerp from Manny. We got Divine Photos in, says what's good. What up, Divine? What up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out, man. Yeah, so let me get back to this complex article real quick. I want to dumb things down, and then I want to see if there's any type of update on that Crenshaw Skate Club tee that was supposed to release that didn't release. So let me share my screen. So I just want to cover this real quick, man. I've been on this joint for an hour, 4 minutes. Y'all smash the like button, sub up. Most definitely sign up for that sold out Discord. So this is from Complex says, we're back in, Yeezys were back in stores last week as Adidas continued to sell off the remaining inventory of the shoes from the assorted collaboration with Kanye West. But missing from the retailers carrying the shoes was Foot Locker, which did not post any information about the Yeezy restock and has not released any pairs. Sneakers industry sources tell Complex that Foot Locker had originally planned to take on stock of Yeezys, but later decided against it. Foot Locker, the sources say, was afraid of the backlash that selling shoes associated with West, who now goes by Ye, could generate. The retailers also ran into difficulties trying to integrate a charity aspect into the sale of Yeezy, sources said. So they were supposed to do like some form of charity, and they were having issues with that. Very interesting. Foot Locker did not respond to multiple requests for comment, and Adidas did not provide comment. So sounds like there's some little bit of beef right there. The German sneaker brand put an end to its relationship with Ye in October 2022 after he made anti-Semitic remarks on social media and waged a public battle against Adidas in the time. See, he did that with Nike. This is my thing though, right? If we're gonna keep it 100, Ye tried this with Nike. It didn't work with Nike. They're not gonna let you bully them. But I guess since he figured, and this is just me alleging, opinionated based from what I'm looking from the outside looking in. I don't know if any of this is true. This is all alleged. Y'all just take with this information with a grain of salt. I guess he thought since he had done such a great job at Adidas, let's keep it 100. They doing numbers. He brought them up. Clearly, look at it. We know the numbers is there. I guess he figured, he could bully them into what he wanted. It didn't work with Nike, and he thought he could use his public opinion, to sway them, which would work, but you can't go overboard. It ain't finna work with Nike because they got Jordan. They gonna be a billionaire company forever, and if it do go down, I'll eat my words, and I'll be just as surprised as you because it would shock the world. So yeah, they're not stressing over you. You brought Adidas into the billion-dollar company. Well, and if he didn't bring them into the billion-dollar company, he brought them to the next level of billions, right? And so I guess he figured he had more leverage over there, which in a sense he did. But like I said not too long ago, the delivery he took was not the smartest move. Let's see, the Slayer says, Ye has a better chance designing clothing now that his sneakers are dying. Red to Play says, I agree. I think he can do a mixture of both. He gonna have to clean up some things though. He gotta hit the. I know he apologized, but he gonna have to do an apology tour. That's my thing. Also, I don't know if y'all seen floating around, but low key, he was Travis them. They overseas. He actually did a guest appearance at one of Travis shows, and apparently the fans went wild. At least that's what they're selling us anyway. Sometimes I hear it be a lot more to the story than what we see. They only show us the good light side of things too. So I'm saying all that to say, like, he still got a core audience. He still got a core audience. Let me read the rest of this article. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Adidas, in the time since dropping him, the brand considered what to do with the existing Yeezy product, eventually deciding to release it in waves this year and donate a portion of proceeds to charity and anti-hate groups. The return of Yeezys has been successful so far and met with virtual no controversy. Adidas CEO said it generated $437 million in revenue from the initial relaunch earlier this summer and is donating $120 million in Yeezy sales to charity. Following the release, which were available exclusively through Adidas, the brand launched more leftover Yeezys last week, this time also distributing them to via retailer accounts. Yeah, so certain retailers have them, but Foot Locker just wasn't one of them. To be honest, I haven't been so active with Foot Locker in so long. I didn't even think to check there, to keep it 100. I didn't even think to check there. The absence of Yeezys extends to other stores owned by Foot Locker. A rep for Atmos, which y'all know that's one of my low-key spots where they drop sneakers low-key at 11. Check there before everybody else eventually gets there. I've caught a couple W's off Atmos for real. A sneaker boutique that Foot Locker acquired in 2021 confirmed that its stores would not stock the shoes. Oh, I did not know that Foot Locker actually owns Atmos. Interesting. Cool. I like how they're keeping a low profile. Another major sneaker retailer to opt out of the Yeezy release is Kith. Kith didn't have them? Okay. Which said sold Yeezys in the past. Ronnie Fig, founder of the New York-based Kith, did not respond to requests for comment. So I guess Kith's not carrying the meter. So I guess that's Foot Locker, which they got the chain. And then we got Atmos, which is under Foot Locker umbrella now. And then we have Kith. Okay, so they're not selling them, but I know some other sites had them as well, though. Now, which ones, I can't really tell you off rip. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them was Finish Line. Seemed like they just, I don't know. Don't quote me, because I ain't really been I just been checking the confirm app and calling it a day. But I know there have been some foot sites just dropping them, and to be honest, I'm not even sure which ones right off the top of my head. But I know we have put the information out in the sold out Discord. Somebody knows for sure. When the relationship between Adidas and Ye fell apart last year, Foot Locker was quick to pull Yeezys from the shelves. Foot Locker Inc. does not tolerate any form of this is a quote from them, or hateful and discriminatory behavior. A spokesperson said, while we remain partnered with Adidas, we carry. So I kind of read that one. That was from the other article. I kind of remember reading that. We have instructed. Yeah, I read that part. So they took this part directly from Complex. As Ye became a para in 2022, selling his shoes became a risk for businesses worried of making a profit off products connected to someone with anti-Semitic views. After distancing itself from the artist, Adidas was stuck with millions of unsold Yeezys that had yet to be released. Adidas' solution was to move forward with the sales of Yeezys in 2023 and donate some to the revenue from the anti-hate groups. Kind of read that already. Some pairs are packaged with square blue pins tied to foundations to combat okay, cool. Stand up to Jewish hate campaign. Okay. So anti-Semitism. So yeah. Okay, so they definitely gave out some of the stock. The solution appeared at first to be acceptable one for Foot Locker, which is one of Adidas' biggest retail partners. Before Adidas confirmed the latest round of Yeezy restocks for August, rumors circulated about Foot Locker carrying the shoes. Foot Locker never announced that it would carry this month's Yeezys, but one employee at the chain retailer tells Complex that the shoes were on its slate of upcoming releases. Adidas alerts and social media accounts that track Adidas drops and post links where followers can buy them wore that. Foot Locker's internal releases calendar still featured Yeezys of the last week, but they did not arrive on their expected launch date. So, yeah, it seems like they made the decision at the very last minute, like, hey, yeah, man, I don't think we're, you know what I mean? I don't think this is a good idea. By contrast, big box seller stores that compete with Foot Locker like Snipes and Finish Line, there we go. All the questions that I was kind of just asking right off rip, I kind of figured that. So Snipes and Finish Line, which it seems like they have a similar setup. When you think of Finish Line, you can also think of JD Sports. They're literally the same company. So yeah, social media posts announcing they would sell Adidas Yeezys. So there you go right there. It says if Foot Locker had, let me just double check real quick. So it says if Foot Locker had trepidation about bringing Yeezys back to market, it was not alone. Speaking on Adidas quarter 2023 earnings call that Thursday, Adidas CEO said the brand was worried about how the Yeezy relaunch would be perceived. The Yeezy thing was something we were nervous about that worked. That's what the CEO said. So pretty much, I think everybody, it was a gamble, no pun intended here, and they took a risk and looked like that's what it is. So let's see. One person put in the comments, they said, I agree with Kanye on his stance that slavery was a choice. This person, I'm not going to read the rest of that. White Lives Matter. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to dump off of that because I don't even know why they even got people to comment on there. But let's move to these Crenshaw Skate Club SB shirt products being pulled at the very last minute. And then we're going to wrap things up for the night. Upcoming releases, y'all get something ready for me, what y'all want to know for sure. Right now, I think I got the Burgundy 5s on my radar. I don't think it's going to be a hard cop. So I'm very debating on that. So I want to see what Nike cancels Crenshaw Skate Club SB shirt product pull last minute. So I want to see what that's about. Let me just double check, make sure I ain't tripping or anything. So let's see. Nike cancels that one. It says the call was made on the day the shirt was mean to be released. So they did this the day of. So very, very last minute. Now, if y'all can see my screen, y'all should see this. This is the shirt that was going to be released. Remember, I had pulled up images before, but it wasn't really that great. Now, this is the blue colorway. It would have went great with the dunks that dropped that were very, very hard to cop, so much so we had to do a live on the joints. But yeah, I was very surprised to see the shirt get canceled because, I mean, I didn't take offense to it, but I could see why they would think that. So a monumental day for Tobias McIntosh, I think, and that's the owner of Crenshaw Skate Club. And his Crenshaw Skate Club brand took a bit of a hit today when Nike decided to pull a piece from its collaborative collection with the skate brand ahead of its launch. My thing is this, I don't know why. It seems like they didn't even look at this to begin with, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, this may be a bad idea. Cancel that ASAP. They do not go out. Along with the dual branded Nike SB Dunk logo, Crenshaw Skate Club was set to release 2 t-shirts, one of which skate shops were told to withhold from selling. Sources with knowledge of Nike SB's releases procedures confirmed to Complex that the shirt was being pulled. Soul Retriever, which was first reported to recall, that's where I got it from Saturday or last week or whatever. Soul Retriever was the first place I saw it from too, says that it was due to the shirt featuring racially insensitive character graphics. None of the private correspondence about the recall from Nike that Complex has reviewed explicitly mentions the reasons of the shirt being canceled. That's what they're speculating, but nobody's confirmed out exactly why, right? This is like their best educated guess. So this is all opinionated and all allegedly. Nike did not respond to requests for comment. McIntosh declined to comment. Dang, Nike contract like that where the owner ain't, neither one, Nike not going to say nothing regardless. And then now you got the actual, like, the person that they collaborated with, they're not going to, they can't speak either, apparently. Crenshaw Skate Club has long used similar imagery on its clothing and skate decks. So this right here is one of their images. And I can tell you off rip, this one is inspiration. That ice cream cone is from when Pharrell actually had made a skateboard sneaker, some ice cream sneakers. I don't know if y'all remember that ice cream sneakers used to be a thing. You know what? I'm gonna pull that up real quick. Let me share my I'm sharing my screen. I'm gonna see if I can pull them up real quick. Ice cream. There used to be like I had the DVD and everything. How big I was into skateboarding, but there was a ice cream skateboard sneaker, and it was Pharrell's skateboard team. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. Sneakers, boom, right here. Not all of them were the best, but they did have a run. But he definitely did a ice cream like skateboard sneaker, and it was through Pharrell. Let me share my screen here. Boom, right here. Great example of what it is. And I think it was even through, like, I want to say it was through Adidas, but don't quote me. I actually never had a pair of ice cream skate sneakers, but I remember when these came out, this was a shoe too. This is it right here when he did those with the diamonds and stuff like that. But yeah, these actually used to be a thing. I may actually try to grab these eBay joints, but these ain't my size, and that's not bad. They want $229 for them. I wouldn't mind having a pair of like ice cream skate sneakers for real, low key. But yeah, long story short, yeah, there actually used to be an ice cream like skate sneaker. So that's how long I really just been into sneakers for sure. But anyway, this is why I say this is where that brand kind of came from. Like ice cream. I'm gonna just type in skateboard. Yeah, like let me see. Because I want to pull up the logo. That was my skateboard. Let's see. Boom. I'm going to see if I can just find the teams. I'm going to say skateboard team. Because I remember there was actually a team. There was a DVD. And yeah, see, this is the DVD I had right here. Look at that cover. This is what I see on that shirt. Not saying this is where he got the idea from, but I mean, a good look at this ice cream image. This is from the skateboarding. This is the Team Ice Cream Volume 1 skate video. I actually had this DVD physically. But yeah, this is it. And it had Terry Kennedy. He's now locked up. But yeah, this was the team back in the day. You probably won't find great images of these guys, but I actually used to wear a lot of this stuff. But this was for real. This was skateboarding. But yeah, I say all that to say this logo right here was... it's right here. They kind of just spoofed it up a little bit, like kind of like it's melting. But obviously it's a skateboarding brand. I'm pretty sure they got the go ahead from Pharrell, hopefully. Let's see. Manny says, let's see. No, we got Divine Photo says the only interesting Yeezy is that 500 boot. Manny with the kick says with this drama with the merch, cause the Crenshaw dunks to go higher in price in a couple years. Oh, the merch, the people who do got it, because some people were able to pick up a pair. As you can see already up on my screen, they're already selling the shirt for double the, like, I don't know how much the joint, I'm assuming the shirt had to be no more than $80, and they're already selling it for 200 plus. Let's see. Ready to Play says, what racial incentive about the design? It seemed, it's seeing it. Okay, I get, you're not seeing it. Got you. I don't necessarily, I can see what they made. They're too worse to take a gamble that all it takes is enough people to put that attention on there, to make it seem like that. I'm not offended by it or anything, but then again, it may be a bigger picture that we may not know. Teenage Mutant says, is it weird I put tape on the soles to protect them? I don't think so. I mean, it's no different than using drip grip. I mean, that's all it is. I know for a fact back in the day, inside of the shoe, the logo inside of the shoe, people used to put tape on it so it didn't come up. Now, if you put that tape up, it's coming up there, but it still was there and still made it. It was a good little workaround. A lot of people used to do that. I did that to a pair of 7s. Teenage Mutant says Scotch tape. Yeah, you put the Scotch tape on the inside of the joint, I'm sure. The Slayer says people so damn sensitive nowadays. I'll say this. It doesn't take much to upset people nowadays, man. You got to tread lightly. My coworker get on me all the time. Like every now and then I always say I'm going to be chill. I ain't going to let nobody get to me. Somebody always kind of provoke me at least like once a month. And then like I'll end up snapping on that person. And then my coworker, most time he'll be with me and then he'll be like, man, you wasn't wrong. And then like probably a few hours later, I'm like, man, you think I did the right thing? It's like, why you always do this? Why you always feel bad after going? I'm like, man, I thought about it because I feel like even still, I let that person get the best of me. And that's not something I be like to let people do. The Slayer says the shirt is dope. Man in the Kick says it's an old school racism cartoon. Got you. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what we covered last time. So that's where it is. Yeah, homie should have put. I mean, yeah, it's too much of a gray area. And once Nike probably got wind of that, they're like, yeah. Maybe if they would just remove the Nike logo in the background, that Nike SB logo, maybe they can get away with it. And Nike, we're not affiliated with that, where they can get a loophole. That's one way you can do it, but the shirts are already printed now. Some of the shirts already been sold by the time the recall was issued. As a result, several have already popped up on secondhand markets like eBay, selling in the $60 to $70 range. Last week, the banned Crenshaw Skate Club tees have been moving for over 200 since the news made rounds. So there's some people that really, really want these. Despite the recall, Nike and SB retailers moved forward with the release of the shoes and the other shirt. Both sold on instantly and are going for over retail on the secondary market. That merch didn't sell out. It sold out, but it wasn't as quick as those shoes. But the shoes, honestly, if you blink your eye, I mean, you basically missed it. If you're going to keep it 100, bro. You blink your eye, you damn near missed it, man. But been on this joint, hour 23 minutes. Let's talk some upcoming releases, wrap things up for the night, man. Salute to Dunks, probably with the family doing his thing. Let me read the chat real quick. Divine says, society too sensitive. They read into things too deeply. Yeah, I don't think it was probably that deep, but at the same time, if you have to put any form of thought into it, then it could easily offend somebody. And Nike, this is my thing too, why Nike didn't probably want to take the gamble. Think about the anti-Semitism with what happened with Adidas. They don't want that over. They don't want those problems at Nike. You saw what they did with Kyrie, where he didn't. I don't think he directly even put anything out there, but just that just the fact that he tabbled with it. They're like, oh hell no, we're not having this. You know what I mean? So, needless to say, that's probably where their mindset is on this. You know, like, no, we're not gambling with that, bro. You know what I mean? We're not playing that game at all. So they didn't want to take the risk. That's just how I look at it. Manny says, whoever passed that design knew what it meant, in my opinion. Yeah, but they knew what it meant or didn't think too deep into it. But finally, probably the right eyes got on it at the last minute. They're like, what the, who approved? Like, somebody got a talking to, and it wasn't Crenshaw Skate Club, because whoever Crenshaw Skate Club got to go ahead to get the shirt done, or whoever did it that signed off on the design, Crenshaw Skate Club, like, we cool. But then there's probably like a bigger person that finally got the final glance of like, oh, this some, oh, hell no. Then they were like, what is this? What, you know, and they got ready to like pull it immediately. Somebody of importance made the call. So I get what you're saying, Manny, but I'm assuming when it went to that next layer, which was probably a little too late, because the shirt's already made. My thing is this, he should have looked into that before he even like, but you know, I guess he or she is a very busy man. So I agree with you, Manny, though. I agree with you. I'm just playing devil's advocate a little bit. Red to Play says, oh, I see it now on the blue tees. Resembles blackface a bit. I didn't on the other design. Yeah, true. Yeah, so that's the thing is the blackface. And let's keep it 100. Drake even caught flack for that whenever he did the blackface joint whenever Pusha T exposed it. And even Drake, I ain't gonna say his numbers declined, but he stopped dissing Pusha T at that point because Pusha T said he was willing to go even lower, bro. Now Drake is a bigger artist and got better music than Pusha T globally, but I still think Pusha T holds his own lyrically compared to Drake. I think the difference between him and a Drake, and I mean they're both successful, obviously, if he can still get underneath the biggest rapper of all time skin. So I still salute to Pusha. He's got the bars. He can rap all day long. I think it's just the production level, you know. Sometimes it's just that one big thing that makes a song. Production can make, you can have to rap the best song of all time, and it's hit or miss. But majority of the time, if that production ain't right, we ain't trying to hear it. You gotta be, we want to feel that beat. We want to feel them, you know what I mean? Get into it. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Now, there are some artists that don't need the beat and they just snap, and people love to hear that type of stuff. They have an audience. It's just, you know, whenever you get that right production behind it, it's on a different level. Kwame says, oh yeah, now that you pointed out, it can't be unseen. See? Yeah. Yeah, and I'll put it back up on the screen for sure. you're right though. Like once you point it out, you can see what it is. And like I said, I'm not trying to like. I mean, I'm looking at it. Yeah, I think the one on the very end with it's the way they did the lips too, man. That's the icing on the cake. So I don't know what he was aiming for, but yeah, they're not playing that. And like I said, Drake felt a sting from that, you know. And people are like low key, no offense, while they won't be wrong, they're looking for a reason for these companies to temporarily cancel them. You know what I mean? So I mean, it is what it is. Red the Plague throwing the finger at Kwame, saying pretty much that part. Manny with the Kick says Drake want all the smoke now that he got more ghostwriters for Pusha. He can have all the ghostwriters he want. He gotta have. You can make a great song, but you gotta have some great punchlines to come at him. Pusher keeps a very low profile, bro. It's hard to diss somebody when you don't have no real major dirt on them. Granted, now Pusher has Drake on Pusha. I mean, Pusha has dirt on Drake. That was a tongue twister because I said Drake on Drake, but yeah, Pusha T has dirt on Drake, low key. That's why Drake, he gonna keep doing his subliminals. If you think about it, low key, one of the most sought after, like low key disses that has been going on for years has been between Wayne and Pusha T. A lot of people don't be knowing that, but they've been taking little jabs on the. They don't go out of their way to diss, like make a complete diss song, but every like song they always take a light jab at them just cause. Like I remember like Wayne is taking shots at Pusha on there. You know what I'm saying? What happened to that boy and name Pusha T though? You know what I'm saying? Like it be slight jabs. You know what I mean? Wayne has they just what they do. They have been taking shots at it, and I think like there's really no personal beef for real. Like Pusha said he have seen Stunner, he's seen Birdman in person, and they just it is what it is, and they left it at that. Nobody addressed it anything. I think it's good for hip hop, and I think that's where Drake and Pusha's probably gonna take it. Drake didn't realize it, but he inherited Lil Wayne and Cash Money them beef. You know, I mean he a part of the family. He inherited the beef. You know what I mean? That happened with a lot of people. You know what I mean? So even though he may have more ghostwriters, which I believe he do, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people are starting to question, like, how does he even have the time now? You know what I mean? To still get in there and cook. But I mean, if you got that work ethic, you got that work ethic. But I'm assuming having some great writers helps lighten the load, so to speak. You know? And I'll just leave it at that. And some people are just better off writing music. Some people can write a song all day long, but you don't want to hear them singing. And Beyonce uses them all the time as well. We can think of like Carrie Hilson. She came out as a ghostwriter. She was a ghostwriter. Then she came out doing it on her own. She was doing a great job. But the problem came to play is when she tried to expose that when she was writing for B and all that, then her career just kind of went down from there. Y'all know I'm a major music head, but upcoming releases, man, and we're going to wrap things up for tonight. Been on this joint for an hour and 30 minutes. Y'all smash the like button, sub up, sign up for that sold out Discord. It is pinned up at the top. Right now, I do got the Burgundy 5s on the radar, YEEZY slides, and we'll see what's coming on as we get down to tell. Like right now, I don't know where it's kind of, after September, it's pretty much downhill because like I told y'all, October, November, December, those are the peak months for us sneakerheads, man. We either finna get I'm gonna say this: if it's a cold winter, like no major drops, because you know what Adidas gonna do. You know, not taking shots at them, but apparently it's the last swing with Ye. So now we got nothing but Nike. So Nike got that pressure, but at the same time, do they really? Because I mean, we still getting the 11s, those DMPs, which we're on the fence about those, the Cherry 12s. You know, so we'll see. But Nike has been hitting us with a few little random drops here and there, like these SBs. That was a nice summer gift, you know, even though the drop sucked. Hopefully they do release these Crenshaw skate clubs on the Nike app, or on the sneakers app, I should say. Let's see. Red to Play says, it should be illegal to have ghostwriters for a rapper. That's like a book author having someone write the book for them. Believe it or not, Red to Play, there are people who, like when you see like autobiographies being written, if you look at who it's on, and then you look who it's written by, it be based on that person's story, and they be don't sign off, and it is their book, but they don't write it. You know, they tell the story and they get somebody to put it together for them in the book. Look up a lot of your favorite books. A lot of people just don't write them. They actually get an author to write them. So I mean, in the book world, I get what you mean, and I'm not trying to debunk it, but what I'm trying to say is it happens low key across the board more than you think. Just like the director, sometimes the director is not the person who has actually wrote the film. You know, some people it's written and directed by. There's a lot of those, but sometimes it's written by somebody, directed by somebody else. The book sometimes is based on somebody else. It's not like a self-autobiography. You know, it's not like an autobiography means it's written by that person, because self means they write it. So there are other, like, if it's just a biography, though, you know, that means it wasn't written by them. You know, autobiography is self-written. You know, just little key. They play with the wording, and a lot of people don't really pay attention to that. Just like and I don't want to talk about the whole Meg Thee Stallion whole situation. I don't want to touch on that too deep, but if you look at the whole like list of charges with Tory and stuff, you know, a lot of people missed a lot of fine print, myself included. But other than that, pretty much I'm very curious what the summer is gonna bring, man. Other than that, I've been on this joint hour and 33 minutes, man. Appreciate everybody for coming through, showing love, man. This was a good one tonight, man. Y'all definitely kept the kid active. Appreciate y'all for signing off in the chat. Really goes a long way, man. And, you know, I'm just happy that you guys are still rocking with me for this long. Other than that, I will be back Saturday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. So y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new or if you haven't done so already, man. If you appreciate sneaker content, you are in the right place. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and that's what I do. I make content about sneakers and occasional try-on hauls, and you know we got Music Monday. I appreciate y'all for coming through and rocking with the kid. The Sold Out Discord link is signed up. It is pinned up at the top of the chat. It is free to sign up. Y'all know I do this from the heart. I see y'all showing me a little bit of love. Teenage Mutant says, love to all of y'all. Divine Photo says, appreciate you. Teenage Mutant says, you a real one, JJ100. Red to Play says, great show. Man with the Kid says, Palomino Air Jordan 1 loaded up. That's what's up. Post that in the Discord for sure, which I'm pretty sure you probably already did it. Because I heard the Discord going off, man, but y'all know when I'm live, you know, it's hard to kind of multitask. But I appreciate y'all, man. The love here is genuine, and I will be back Saturday, man. So other than that, I'm officially out this thing, man. Y'all smash the like button, sub up, and I'll see y'all again on Saturday, man. And I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
Acoustic.
Cruise through the nighttime with my hoodie up. Maybe I'm a night rider, I'm pulling up. Things look pretty on your side. Shit gets gritty on my side. Listen, let me run it down. Think I'm the king of the underground. No, I ain't a star yet, but I'm coming down. But the girl so wet, cause it lets sound. When the moon comes out, no, I'm coming through. Skirt, skirt, team, Crenshaw, they what it do.
Acoustic.
Cruise through the nighttime with my hoodie up. Baby, I'm a night rider, I'm pulling up. Things look pretty on your side. Shit gets gritty